Hey, Kyle here with winthehouseyoulove.com. Conventional loans now have new loan limits for 2023, or at least anticipated loan limits. So conventional loan is one of the most popular types of loans for first-time homebuyers. The minimum down payment is 3%. Now, there is a limit to how big of a loan you can get and how maximum of a purchase price you can get with a conventional loan. So in 2022, this was $647,000. Now in 2023, this is likely going to increase to $715,000. Now, one quick note here is this is unofficial. I'll explain this here in a minute, but FHFA has not actually released their loan limits yet, but lenders have increased them artificially, which I will explain here in a future slide. So this here is the maximum loan you can get right now on a conventional loan for a 1-unit primary residence, okay? If you're getting something like a 2 to 4 unit home, that limit will increase. And there are also what are called high cost of living areas where that limit is actually increased even further. And I'll show you on an upcoming slide. So this is a $68,000 increase, or 10.5% from last year to this upcoming year. And really it's on the lower end compared to how much home values have been increasing. So FHFA is the government organization that oversees conventional loans for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And basically, as home values increase, they increase the loan limit as well to make conventional loans more accessible as home prices increase. So these are just the loan limits here. Your maximum purchase price is actually a little bit higher. So again, for first-time homebuyers, the minimum down payment is 3%. So in 2022, if you put 3% down, you could buy a home that's $667,000 or in $10. And then in 2023, with 3% down, that would be $737,000 and an extra $113,000. So just a little bit over $737,000. Now, something interesting to note though, is in high cost of living areas, you do have to have what's called a high balance conventional loan. And these do require 5% down, even if you're a first-time homebuyer. So something to keep in mind here that you might have to put a slightly higher down payment if you're in a high cost of living area. And there is a map that I'm going to be showing you here in just a minute. Now, also, even though these were the loan limits here, right, you can still put a higher down payment. You know, you could purchase $1 million home, and as long as your loan is $715,000 or less, you can still get a conventional loan. Okay. It's just that the minimum is 3% down and it's 5% down if you're in a high cost of living area. Now, why do lenders do this? Ultimately, it's just for more business. So what ends up happening is the FHFA, they set the limits usually in November for the upcoming year based on their home price index. Okay. And so what lenders have done recently is they're trying to kind of, beat each other to the announcement. So instead of waiting for the new loan limits to be released, they take a really educated guess on what that loan limit is going to be, right? Because it's October 4th right now. And they're like, well, if we can get a month's extra worth of business of people who want these higher loan amounts, then that's, more business for them. And then what they'll do is they'll keep that on their books, and then they can go and sell that to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac in the future when those loan limits do increase. Okay. And I want to show you really quickly the home price index here. So this is the FHFA home price index or house price index, and it shows that this is up about 14% from last year. So that increase in loan limit was around 10.5% when the actual home price index increased just about 14% here. Also wanted to show you here on page 6, let me zoom out just a touch, what the home prices have done. Compound annual growth since 1991, 4.5%. Annual growth since 2000, 4.8%. And growth since 2012 is 7.9. And we're actually seeing a first bit of change here and actually a decline in home prices since this incredible increase in the value of homes here. And so this is why that loan limit here is increasing, is because of the trajectory here of home prices. And this is what they're basing the loan limits off of. Okay. Now, really quickly, I want to have just a quick moment of calm, because the more calm you have in the home buying process, the better decisions you're going to make, the less stress that you're going to have, and the more fun you're going to have through the home buying process. I think as we see these loan limits increase, there's a lot of this fear that comes into play of like, oh my gosh, like things are going to get even more volatile, even more unaffordable. And it's okay to sit with that fear for a little bit. What can often end up happening is we get into a little bit of a spiral of seeing all of this stuff happening, these new changes that are happening, and it really can set us in a really bad spot. And what I think happens for a lot of people is they get stuck in the news cycle of even home buying news and seeing updates even like this. And so if you're in that spot where you're feeling really overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed, take a moment, take a weekend, take a week, take a month, whatever you need to pull back for just a moment if you have the ability to. Because if you can get into a more calm space when you're buying a house, you will make better decisions. You're going to make better financial decisions, better decisions on your timing, better decisions on where you want to live, and the decision ultimately of purchasing a home or selling your current home. Okay, so if you're in that spot, you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, it's okay to take a break, to pull back for a moment, regroup, regather, and then figure out what you want to do moving forward. So there are 4 main lenders right now who are doing this change. Again, because this is not an official 2023 loan limits released by FHFA. There are 4 lenders who have said, we're going to do this in anticipation for this change. That's Rocket Mortgage, PennyMac, Finance of America Mortgage, and United Wholesale Mortgage. Now, we work with all of these lenders in all 50 states, plus 100 other lenders. So if you want to take advantage of these loan limits, or you're buying something that's way less than $715,000, we would love to help you out, and we can help you take the next step in getting pre-approved. So I want to show you also the loan limit map here. This is for 2022, but this is going to show you those high cost of living areas. So everything here in the gray is that standard limit, which likely next year will be $715,000. Okay. And this is also where you'll be able to get a loan right now for $715,000 through us if you would like to. So right here in the orange and the yellow, these are high cost of living areas. So we can see from last year from 647,200 in a high cost of living area like Davidson County, that went up to 694,600. In an area like San Benito County, that's $970,800. Okay, so if you're in that spot where you want some help, you want some mortgage advice, you want to get a quote, or you want to get pre-approved, we would love to be able to help you out. We work as a broker in all 50 states. And the way that you can do that is go to winthehouseyoulove.com/lender. From here, all you have to do is pick what state you're looking in, either Ohio, Kentucky, Florida, or all other states. And then you can either start an application right now, and then we'll get back to you with a quote and a pre-approval, or you can schedule a call if you have questions and you want to work through those before you start on an application. Okay. Now, loan limits are just a little piece of the puzzle. To learn more about conventional loans, click on this video over here where I walk through all of the loan requirements.